Here's exactly what I would do if I was building a junk removal business in 2026 and wanted to get to $1,000 per day as soon as possible. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Alex. Over the last 4 years, my team and I have been working with junk removal companies, helping them generate tens of thousands of leads that have brought in $1 million plus in revenue. Now, the majority of junk removal companies today are probably generating customers through things like Google My Business, SEO, referrals, possibly even Google Ads. And look, these are all great lead sources. You should be collecting reviews for your Google My Business. You should have a website and growing your SEO. However, the problem with these lead sources is it's the amount of time it takes before they can consistently generate enough business for you to get you to $1,000 per day. SEO and Google My Business take months or even years before you start ranking on the first page of Google. And even referrals take years before it becomes a good portion of your business revenue. So that's a real problem with all these lead sources is that they're valuable and you should continue to build them. However, they probably aren't going to be able to take you from where you are today to $1,000 per day within the next week. So what we need is a lead source that gives us more control. We need a way to manually increase the number of opportunities coming into our business. That's where Facebook and Instagram actually work extremely well because the basic idea behind advertising is pretty simple. Assuming that the campaign is profitable, the more money you spend, the more leads you generate. So I want to use some of the numbers we've gathered from other junk removal businesses that we've worked with and show you exactly what it's going to take to reach $1,000 per day. Now, let's say our goal is $30,000 per month. That's approximately $1,000 per day across a full month. In order to reach that, we're going to need to understand three important metrics. The first is your average job value. The second is the closing percentage. And the third is your average cost per lead. Across the junk removal businesses we worked with, the average job value has been around $400. Some jobs are going to be much smaller, other jobs are going to be much larger. But once you average everything together, you usually see a job value of around $400. So if our goal is around $30,000 per month, we divide that by $400. That tells us we need approximately 75 jobs per month. The average closing percentage across all junk removal businesses we worked with is usually around 15%. So at 15% closing rate, we need approximately 500 leads to close on 75 jobs. Now we look at our average cost per lead. Our average cost per lead is roughly around $15 across all of our junk removal campaigns. So if we need 500 leads and each lead costs approximately $15, we need to be spending around $7,500 on ads every month. That's approximately $250 per day. Now look, $250 per day sounds like a lot, but there's already junk removal companies in your area spending hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per day across Google ads and Facebook ads. And the important part isn't what you spend. The important part is what you get in return. In this example, we're spending approximately $7,500 to generate $30,000 in revenue. That's roughly 4 times return on ad spend. Now, this isn't as simple as putting $1 into Facebook ads and automatically getting $4 to $5 back out. And what I mean by that is that you just can't upload a random picture of trash or show some before and after photos or just send people to Messenger and be expecting that campaign to work. For the system to work, you need to get 4 things right. The first is the creative. You need to make a video that grabs attention, and you need to be clear in that video about what you do and the services that you offer. The second is your offer. Once you get them to stop scrolling, now get them to click and become a lead. Third is the filtering process. There are far more people curious about getting a junk removal price than there are people who actually are ready to hire somebody for their junk removal. So we get rid of those tire kickers through a lead form and then asking them the disqualifying questions. Lastly, it's the follow-up step. Now, once we get serious leads coming in, don't wait until the end of the day to reach out. Reach out as soon as possible. So we have automatic text messages set up that go out as soon as somebody becomes a lead. Look, When you have these 4 steps working together, ads become scalable and you actually start to see why companies are spending thousands of dollars per day on ads. Now, I wouldn't recommend starting at $250 per day. Start at something like $35 per day. Then track your average cost per lead, track your closing percentage, and then track your average job value. After you actually start seeing good results, increase the budget to $50, then to $75, then to $100, and so on. Just continue to increase the budget as long as those 3 numbers remain healthy. Now, look, you're probably thinking that you don't have time, money, or energy to test 100 different videos, offer, lead forms, and follow up systems. And you don't have to. We've already built a course and community where you can copy the exact strategy we use to generate thousands of leads for more than 20 junk removal companies. Inside, we're going to show you the exact type of videos to create, the exact type of offer, the exact lead form and qualification process you need, and the exact follow-up system we have. It's all going to be a step-by-step setup so you can copy and adapt that strategy to your own junk removal business. Or if you would like, our team can step in and create and manage the system for you. Whichever you choose, both links are down in the description below.